So, good morning everyone. Good morning, ma'am. Today we're going to talk about the political analysis of globalization and political development. Anyways, we're the group 3 and before that, let me introduce myself. I am James Patriclaza Aradelios, together with my group, Respon, Largo, Monton, and Evelia. So, what is political analysis of globalization? Political globalization refers to the process by which a political decisions, actions, and policies become increasingly interconnected and influenced by global factors. So, meaning, the political analysis of globalization, it is the interconnections between two countries and more. It shares the ideas, it shares some policies or trades and agreements. So, what does it mean? This means that the governments and political leaders around the world are not affected by their country's internal issues, but international events, treaties, and organizations. As a nation, collaborate on global matters such as climate change, human rights, and economic policies. This process allows the nations to share ideas, strategies, and governance practices, leading to the emergence of global standards that influence local politics. So we have 5 significance of political globalization. First, the significance of political globalizations can be observed in the way that shapes international relations and cooperate among countries. It plays a crucial role in addressing the global challenges that no single nations can solve alone, such as terrorism, environmental issues, and pandemics. So, through organizations like the United Nations and agreements like the Paris Accord, nation works together to create solutions that benefit the global community. Additionally, political globalization promotes the spread of democratic values and human rights by encouraging countries to adopt similar political practices and norms. This interconnectivity fosters dialogue and understanding between the countries, helping to reduce conflicts and build stronger international relationships. So that's all for the political globalization. So in short, this means that the governments and political leaders around the world are not only affected by their actions, but for the international events such as treaties and organizations. It shares ideas, knowledge, and also for the trade agreements.
Good day, ma'am. I am Annalyn V. Sispon, the next reporter. So, impact of political globalizations. The impact of political globalizations are profound and multifaceted. So, ang political globalizations is siya ang pagtinabangay sa mga nasod sa kalibutan sa paghimo ng mga decisions o pagsulbad ng mga dako na problema. So, one significant impact is the increase in collaborative efforts among countries to manage the global issues, enhancing peace and stability. So, makatabang ini siya sa pag-cooperate sa mga nasod. Let's for example sa United Nations is nagtinabangay ang mga nasod para mas mapadayon mapadayon ang kalinaw o malikayan ang gubot. So, for instance, the countries often come together to negotiate trade agreements or combat transitional crime, which help in fostering economic growth and security. So, sa pinaagi-isab ng World Trade Organizations is nagkasinabot ang mga nasod sa balaod sa pamaligya para dali ang pagpamaligya o pagpalit ng produkto. Tungod ini, mas motubo ang ekonomiya ug mas lig-on ang seguridad. Then it can lead to the diffusions of political ideas, encouraging reforms in governance and the adaptations of democratic principles in various regions. So, nagkanat ini ng mga idea like democracy and human rights sa iban na nasod. So, ang iban nasod is nakakat-on og misunod sa sistema sa demokrasya na ginagamit ng United States og ang iban pa na nasod. So, tungod ini is mas dayaw og klaro ang ila pagdumala sa government. Then, however, while political globalizations promotes unity and cooperations, it can also diminish the sovereignty, individual nations, and and they may have to compromise on the national interest to adhere to international agreements or standard. So, ang kuan is isab negative effect. Kung mosulod ang isa ka kuan, kung mosulod ang isa ka nasod sa international agreement is need nila sundon ang balaod bisan dili sila 100% pabor. So tungod ini is mawad-an sila nan karapatan sa ila gusto himuon. So mention na ang political globalizations is it help countries to work together and improve their system, but it also limit their full control over decisions. Then challenges of political globalizations. So despite its benefits, political globalizations face several challenges that can hinder its effectiveness. So, bisan damo na benepisyo ang political globalizations is yaon gyapon iya mga problema or challenges. So, one challenge is varying levels of commitment and readiness among countries to engage with global standards and practices. So, dili tanan nasod is parihas og handa sa commitment sa pagsunod sa international standards. So, let's for example, an isa ka nasod is dili mo sunod sa global environmental rules kay tungod kay mahal ini para sa ila ekonomiya. So tungod ini magka-tension sila sa iba na nasod. Then some nations may resist adopting international norms due to cultural, economic, or political differences, leading to tensions and discrepancies. So, yaoy nasod na dili gusto mo sunod sa international norms kay tungod sa ila kultura, politika o kahimtang sa ila economy. So kung ang isa ka let's for example ang isa ka global organizations is mag-require og democratic reforms, ang nasod na lahi ang ila sistema sa gobyerno mahimo na supak sila. Then furthermore, political globalizations can sometimes result in a loss of local identity and power, as global institutions may prioritize broader agendas over the specific needs of individual nations. So ang pagtaas sa usahay mawala ang identity ng power. So kung ang isa ka international institutions is maghimo ng decisions basin dili matuman ang ila specific needs sa isa ka gamay na nasod kay tungod mas gi-priority ang global agenda. Then additionally, the rise of nationalisms and protectionism in some regions poses a challenges threatening to reverse the progress made through the globalizations and create divisions among countries. So ang pagtaas isabnan ng nationalism and protectionism is isa sab ka challenges kay ang nationalism is kung mas unahon sa nasod ang kaugalingong interest is ang kaugalingong interest kay sa global cooperations. Then ang protectionism is kung magbutang og dako na buhis sa imported goods para protektahan ang kaugalingon produkto. So example lang isa ka nasod is mohunong sa trade agreements para protektahan ang local business. Mahimo ini siya na makaguba ng relasyon sa iba na nasod. So mention na ang political globalizations is yaoy mga challenges sama sa kakulang sa kooperasyon, cultural differences, pagkawala sa local power o pagtaas sa nationalism na makapahinay sa global unity.
Morning everyone, I am the third reporter of this group. So my topic is to explain the example of political globalization, and the second is globalization and political development, and also their meaning of political development. So for the examples of the political globalizations, so now let's look at the examples of political globalization in action. So the European Union serves as a notable instance where members of the states have agreed to work together on a various political, economic, and social issues. So through shared policies and regulation, the UE countries collaborate to promote stability and growth within the region. So another example is the Paris Agreement. So an international treaty focused on addressing climate change in which many countries commit to reducing greenhouse gas emissions. So these collaborative efforts showcase how political globalizations enables nations to tackle shared challenges. So emphasizing the importance of unity and cooperation in today's world. Okay, so next is the globalizations and political development. So let's have first define the globalization and political development. So globalizations is the increasing interconnectedness of countries through trade, technologies, communication, and migrations, and international cooperation. So politically, it influences how the government operates, make policies, and relate to other states. Then third is, what is the meaning of political development? So political development refers to the improvement of a country's political system in terms of, number 1, strong institutions. Number 2, rule of law. Third is democratic governance. So pareha sa ato government kuman is ang ato kuman style of governance is democratic. So meaning ang tanan mga tao na ay free to choose their leaders. That's why we are democratic countries. So fourth is political participation. There must have a people's cooperations in terms of making a policies, making a law, so that the people have an access or a knowledge about the expenses or so on and so forth. When it comes to budgeting, there must have a transparency between the people and the governance. So fifth is accountability and transparency, and this is one of the important aspect of governance. There must have an accountability, especially in the public officials, what they are kung for example ang mga political personnel, so they are accountable of what they are doing. And then also transparency. Now also it focuses on how the political systems becomes a more stable, so effective and responsive to the citizens. So that is those are the meaning of political development. So that's it for my part. So thank you and have a great day.
Good morning, everyone. I am Hola Angel Imunton, and my topic is relationship between globalization and political development. 5 key areas affected by globalization and political development. Explanation. So, relationship between globalization and political development. Globalization, defined as the increasing interconnectedness of economies, societies, and polities worldwide, exerts profound and multi-phased impacts on political development, shaping how governments function, makes decisions, and interact with the domestic and international actors. Below are 5 key areas affected. So, first is the state sovereignty and governance structures. Globalization challenges traditional notions of state sovereignty by imposing external constraints on policy making. International organizations, treaties, and global norms often require governments to align domestic laws with international standards. Example, human rights and trade regulations. This can lead to emergence of multi-level governance systems where power is shared between national, regional, and global bodies. While this may limit an unilateral state action, it can also strengthen governance capacity by integrating best practices and fostering cooperation on transnational issues like climate change or pandemics. So number 2, political participation and representation. Globalization expands the avenues for political engagement beyond national borders. Social media and digital platforms enable citizens to organize transitional movements. Example, climate activization, human rights campaigns, and hold governments accountable globally. So number 3, policy formulation and priority setting. Global economic integration compiles government to prioritize policies that enhance competitiveness in global markets, such as fiscal discipline, infrastructure, investment, and regulatory harmonization. This can sometimes shift focus away from domestic social priorities, example healthcare and education, if they are seen as conflict with global economic demands. Conversely, globalization can also diffuse policy innovations across countries, allowing governments to adopt successful models from other nations.
Good day, everyone. I am the last reporter of this group. My name is Shana Isabella. So my topic is all about theoretical framework of globalization. So there are two important theories, which is the Marxist perspectives and the post-colonial perspectives. So the first one, the Marxist perspectives, these views says na ang globalization is part of global capitalism. It mainly helps sa mga dagko na companies and sa rich countries. Ang poor countries are often exploited. It shows that there is inequality between social classes, and developing nations depends too much on powerful countries. Then, and the second one is post-colonial perspectives. This views explains that globalization continues the effects of colonialism. Rich countries